guys, Sarah here. Today I'm hanging out with lovely Miss Kuna. Now Kuna is a very special wolf dog because she is actually the founding wolf dog of the sanctuary. She is the one that started our entire mission, and Kuna is a high content wolf dog. So that basically means she has about 80 to over 90% wolf content in her. And basically today we're going to be looking at Kuna's traits, see what more wolfier traits she has when compared to a dog. And we're also going to dive into the nitty-gritty details of wolf dog ownership, especially high content wolf dogs. If you would like to learn more about low content wolf dogs and mid content wolf dogs, please feel free to check out the videos linked down below. But today we are going to be focusing on high content wolf dogs. We also have a special appearance from our sanctuary founder, Georgina, and she's going to talk about her experience raising Kuna as a puppy and just kind of the challenges that she faced with high content wolf dog ownership. Stay tuned and you'll learn all about it. Now when it comes to high content wolf dogs, they have a lot more traits similar to a wolf than they do to a dog. So for example, looking at lovely Miss Kuna here, she's a lot more wolf-like than a dog-like. Now I will say Kuna is a very exceptional wolf dog. She is a very friendly gal, but even then she can only tolerate so many minutes of human affection. She'll probably get bored of me pretty soon here and walk off, but she is a friendly gal, that's for sure, and that is because she was very well socialized as a puppy. Now looking at Kuna, she's got a very wolfy face. She has those very wonderful wolfy eyes. She's got eyes that slant down. They are almond shaped and they slant down towards her muzzle. They are also amber in color, and basically in wolves and high content wolf dogs, their eye color ranges between amber, yellow, and green. Thank you, Kuna. As I mentioned, she got bored of my affection there, but I am very proud that she was able to handle it that long. Brown and icy blue eyes like you see in huskies, they are a very dog trait. So if a wolf dog has those very icy husky blue eyes, they're probably a low content wolf dog, possibly not a wolf dog at all. She also has very wolfy ears that stand up straight, and they are very well furred and they are rounded at the top there. They're also kind of medium in proportion to her skull, whereas if you look at a German Shepherd, for example, they have very large ears in comparison to their head. So she does have those very nice wolfy ears. She also has very fluffy cheeks, again another very wolfy trait, and she has a very thick mane of fur that kind of goes all the way down her neck and ends at her shoulders there. Kuna has a very lean frame, a very narrow rib cage, and her elbows do tuck right underneath her rib cage. On dogs, on the other hand, they typically have a much more broader chest and a broader stance because their elbows rest on the side of their rib cage there. Kuna's paws are also very large when compared to a dog. Now her paws would be slightly smaller when compared to a pure wolf, but they are very well knuckled, and the reason for that is because wolves in the wild, they hunt prey like elk, moose, deer, and they have to make sure that they're catching up with this prey without losing speed. So because of that, we see high content wolf dogs typically have very large paws that have very well knuckled toes, and her tail is very wolfy as well. It is log shaped, it's nice and bushy, and it does hang down low and in a relaxed position, and it ends right at the hocks there. She does also have a black tipped tail, which is common on lighter colored individuals. We can see white tailed tips on black colored wolves and wolf dogs, but that is not to be confused with the white colored tip on a border collie, for example. Lastly, Kuna also has a very wolfy coat. The various colors on her coat kind of fade into each other like a gradient, whereas if you look at dogs, for example, they have much more defined markings. So for example, if you look at a black and white husky, typically they have, the white muzzle, the black head, whereas on wolves they have a very nice gradient that fades into their different markings. So if you look at Zeus, who is another high content wolf dog, compared to a black colored husky, you can see there is a lot of fade within his coat there. On top of physical traits, high content wolf dogs also display wolfy behaviors. As I mentioned, Kuna is a very exceptional wolf dog because she is very friendly, but even then she can only tolerate so many minutes of human affection. She does value her autonomy and independence, and we do respect that as caretakers. In fact, Kuna was actually adopted by the sanctuary founder, Georgina, and she's going to tell you all about how it was to raise Kuna from a puppy.
Hey guys, I'm Georgina and I'm the founder of Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary, and with me here I have my sweetest girl, Kuna. Kuna was actually my very first wolf dog, and she is the reason that this whole sanctuary actually exists. I got Kuna when I was only 19 years old. I was in the middle of university and I had decided that I wanted to get a wolf dog as a pet. Kuna had happened to be returned to the breeder, and as a result, I was actually able to purchase her when she was about 11 weeks old. And unfortunately, like a lot of people that get into wolf dog ownership for the first time, I definitely did not do my proper research about what it really takes to provide these animals with a high quality life. And as a result, Kuna and I actually had a pretty rocky start. I had a very misguided idea of what our life together was going to look like. In a way, I thought Kuna was going to be able to fit into kind of that domestic animal type of lifestyle, that if I trained her properly, raised her properly, that kind of thing, that she would essentially end up being somewhat similar to my domestic dogs. And because I was trying to force her into that kind of domestic dog lifestyle, Kuna had a lot of resistance to that and kind of did what she needed to do to show me that I wasn't treating her with kind of the respect and the care that she deserved and required. I didn't have the proper containment for Kuna, and so what that meant was that if Kuna ever had to go outside, she either was constantly supervised by me or she actually had to spend a lot of her time indoors. And with high content wolf dogs, generally speaking, they don't love being locked up indoors. And so that ended up creating just a lot of challenges for Kuna and I. So some of the big changes that I had to make in my life in order to make a life with a high content wolf dog work was, first of all, I had to make sure that I had the proper outdoor containment for her. Because one of the things that she was really craving was just to be able to be outside and explore on her own without mom constantly supervising her, and just be able to have a little bit more freedom. And I was only comfortable doing that if I knew that she had a secure, safe space to be in. And so for me to build that proper containment for Kuna, where she did really have plenty of space to explore and kind of express herself, that was really crucial to kind of the success of our relationship. Not only that, but I happened to be in the middle of university and I was commuting to school an hour each way. And I thought that not only could I have a wolf dog and commute and go to school, but that I could also have a life with my friends and whatnot. And that was not going to be the case. And so it really took kind of a lot of, I guess, self-reflection and awareness to figure out what I needed to change in order to give Kuna what she needed. Because at the end of the day, Kuna was just being who she was. She was not the problem, I was the problem. And so it really took me making some pretty big sacrifices and changes to my life in order to be able to give Kuna the life that she deserved. Once I was able to do that, our relationship changed so quickly. Other things that I really had to change was to really understand some of the nuances of wolf behavior, because at the end of the day, one of the things that I was doing to both of our detriment was that I was treating her like a dog with domestic dog behaviors. And at the end of the day, when it comes to especially the high content wolf dogs, they retain a lot of these instinctual wolf behaviors, and it's really different than that of domestic dogs. They've got a very high need for independence. So unlike domestic dogs that, are pretty happy to be ordered around by us humans and will kind of do what we ask them to because they're people-pleasing animals, high content wolf dogs are not like that. And so I had to be okay with Kuna making her own decisions and doing things that made her happy, and that wasn't always the things that I wanted her to do. And so just to learn how to be okay with that and accept that. As far as other things, I just had to really start educating myself about what proper care for wolf dogs looks like. Of course, Zeus came along and Mr. Handsome Nova here came along. Being able to give Kuna kind of her own canine pack with her own kind, that was really important for her happiness as well, because they are animals that really love being part of a family and a pack. And I, as a human, was just not able to provide all those needs for her. And so for her to be able to share a life with animals like her, that was really important as well. Our relationship transformed from being kind of a daily struggle into finally just kind of us cooperating with one another. And we finally got to know each other's boundaries and what we needed from each other in order to kind of have the successful relationship. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it took me, the human, to really kind of put my own ego aside and listen to the things that Kuna needed and to change my life in order to be able to be fair to her and what she needed from me.
As you can see from Georgina's story, a high-content wolf dog comes with dramatic lifestyle changes and sacrifice. I think a good way to think of it is the fact that you do not own a wolf dog, you share your life with a wolf dog. The bonds you can establish with these animals are life-changing, but it takes hard work, dedication, and patience. High-content wolf dogs require an owner that has a thorough understanding of wolf behavior and communication. They require spacious and secure outdoor containment, financial stability, and a significant time commitment. It is recommended that potential wolf dog owners don't have young children or are not planning to have kids. Young children don't always understand the complex communication of a wolf dog, and children should never be left unsupervised with these animals. For example, wolf dogs are resource guarders, which means they will protect an item they deem as valuable. If a wolf dog steals a toddler's teddy bear, for example, they may want to protect this new and exciting item. The young child obviously wants their toy back, and when they waddle up to the wolf dog to grab their teddy bear back, the wolf dog can potentially nip or bite. On top of that, wolf dogs have a very high prey drive, and they are capable of catching smaller animals housed with them. It is not recommended to house a small dog or cat with a high-content wolf dog. They are also very territorial and exhibit same-sex aggression towards other canines of the same sex. They can also be very fearful of humans, and they do not have a desire to please people. This can make training a high-content wolf dog very difficult. High-content wolf dogs are typically very wary of people and strangers due to their natural instincts. This means they may keep their distance from someone they don't know, run away if a stranger makes any sudden movements, and have no desire to be pet by an unknown person. This can make it difficult when introducing a wolf dog to a family, friends, vets, and caregivers, and they require plenty of time and patience to build trust with a person. A wolf dog's behavior may also change depending on the time of year and their age. For example, a puppy that was once cuddly and playful could grow up to be an adult who is very aloof, doesn't want to be pet, and prefers to keep their distance. On top of that, a wolf dog's hormones may change in the wintertime. This is known as winter wolf syndrome, or seasonal aggression. Wolves and high-content wolf dogs breed around December to February, which means their hormones change during the season. Even though all of the wolf dogs are spayed and neutered at the sanctuary, we still see a notable shift in their behavior. The wolf dogs may become pushier and bolder, and aren't always interested in human affection during these months. They may also show a heightened sense of same-sex aggression and become more territorial towards other canines housed around their pack. A wolf dog's seasonal change is always unpredictable, and owners need to be prepared to care for a wolf dog that could be difficult to handle. Wolf dogs also require a huge financial commitment, and they are pack animals, which means the cost of food, veterinary care, and enclosure maintenance doubles in price with another wolf dog. Wolf dogs are also illegal in many provinces and states, and some areas require registration and paperwork, which adds to the annual expenses. It is extremely important to do in-depth research and ensure you are making the best choice for yourself and the wolf dog before adopting or purchasing one. Unfortunately, many people go into wolf dog ownership without doing the appropriate research. When a wolf dog doesn't work out in their new home, there are very few options to turn to. Humane societies typically euthanize wolf dogs due to their wolf content, and it is very difficult to give your wolf dog to a friend after they have witnessed these complex behaviors. Many sanctuaries do not have the space or resources available to take in new wolf dog rescues. In fact, Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary is currently the only sanctuary dedicated to wolf dogs in Canada. Unfortunately, wolf dogs in North America have a very high euthanasia rate. At around the age of 2, about 90% of wolf dogs are euthanized. Due to this, it is very important to be well educated and prepared before adopting a wolf dog to avoid the unfair destruction of that animal. At Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary, we provide a permanent home for rescued wolf dogs and provide them with the best life we possibly can. We are always happy to help wolf dog owners and answer any questions they have, because we believe that once a wolf dog is born into the world, it deserves the best quality of life possible. If you want a more in-depth look into wolf dog ownership, visit Georgina's blog, Wolfdog Awareness, for personal stories, information, and advice about wolf dog ownership.
Thank you for watching our video about high-content wolf dogs and learning all about the world of high-content wolf dogs. If you would like to donate to our sanctuary, we do really appreciate it. We are a non-profit organization dedicated to the education of wolf dogs as well as homing our permanent residents. You can also choose to sponsor Kuna here. So if you would like to send her a little bit of love, please feel free to do so. And lastly, if you would like to support our YouTube channel, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.